Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, once again from Hungary. Hungaroring is the track that we're now looking at, and welcome everyone to the first race of the ACCR Formula, the single-seater Formula 4 race, basically. And we are on the starting grid for the first race of the brand new championships. We have got 6 single-seaters on the grid, so maybe on the first look you might think, well, what is that going to be? 6 Formula cars? That can't be interesting, but do not make, such quick conclusions, because what you're witnessing right now, it's basically Genesis. It's a dawn of a new era. It's a very important first step. It's laying down foundations for the new entry level of single-seater racing for the not only Czech Republic but also the Central Europe, because the ACCR Formula is now making a very, very important debut, and you are witnessing the very, very beginnings. From here on, it should only be better and better. So we've got 6 cars on the starting grid here in Hungary at the Hungaroring racetrack, but that has got its reasons, and it definitely has its development and where to go next. We are racing the brand new generation, the latest crop of Formula 4 cars, prepared by the single-seater maker company called Tatus. It's the latest generation called T421. It has been due for some time, honestly, the brand new model, but of course you know that with COVID and the war going on, etc., etc., the car industry as general is littered with delivery issues, and all the delivery and supply chains are, well, broken to say the least, and that means that it's been immensely difficult to get anything organized, to put anything together, and you'll see that with major car brands all around the world even. So the whole automotive industry has been hit with the issues of the past years pretty severely, and that meant that also the dawn of the new generation of the Formula 4 has unfortunately been delayed. We've had to wait longer than we would have liked to wait, but it is here and it is beginning. We've already seen a couple of the brand new cars in the ESET Cup series last year, for example, in the hands of Trevor Racing, but we now have a first full-on race with 6 Formula cars on the grid. From now on we're going then to Austria in May, and then to further rounds where we are expecting further and further entrants, further teams, further drivers, and we're expecting the field to grow up, because the interest is massive from the countries of Central Europe. So this is a championship that is on a brink of something really big, and it is going to be the new entry step, the new entry level for all the up-and-coming youngsters that have done enough karting and want to actually make their first step into the world of single-seaters. And then from then on, who knows, step up to Formula 3, Formula 2, Formula 1. So let's have more racing drivers from this region in Formula 1. That would definitely be welcome by everybody watching. So we've got the first 6 pioneers now on the grid with the brand new cars. You see that they are brand new because, for example, they are featuring the modern safety system called Halo. That's the head protection system above the driver's helmet, protecting it from potentially flying objects, etc., etc. We've got the first 6 cars on the grid. Let me just say in which order. It is the Swiss driver Ethan Ischer who took pole position for the season opener. Alongside him, Dutch driver Renaud Francot. On row number 2, it is another Swiss driver, Michael Sauter, and alongside him, young Briton Nicole Taylor, and behind them, local Oliver Michel in 5th, and Czech driver Jiří Šafránek in 6th place. The drivers have now completed their formation lap and are about to begin the very first race of the ACCR Formula. So the red lights go on, red lights go off, and we are racing in Hungary. Quite a slow getaway from Jiří Šafránek, but he is going to join the field. And everybody else is now racing into the first corner. We are going now into the hairpin, and it is Ethan Ischer holding on to first, but there is a fight between Frankot and Sauter already for second. Now through the left-hander we go. So Renaud Frankot lost his second place to Michael Sauter, driving in the colors of Sauter Engineering and Design. We've got actually quite known colors in first and third right now. That's the Swiss team of Jense Motorsport, and they have been a well-established squad in the single-seater fields. You might know them, for example, even from the current official Formula 3 running on the support bill of Formula 1 Grand Prix. We've also got other star teams. We've got Renauer Motorsport, also a very well-known name on the single-seater scene. We have got Sauter Engineering. We've got the Hungarian gender racing team joining the field. So everybody's now completing the opening lap of the race. With Ethan Ischer leading from Michael Sauter and Renaud Frankot, Nico Taylor in fourth, Oliver Michel fifth, Jiří Šafránek down in sixth. Is now trying to keep up temperature into their tyres. You hear the tyres squealing, you see the puffs of smoke here and there as everybody's trying to corner flat out. It is a brand new car, the Tatus T421, that has already been entered in multiple championships around the world. So as I mentioned, the interest has been massive all around the world actually, but also as has been said, the torn supply chains made it very difficult for all the requirements and thirst to be met and to be fulfilled. So the company had quite a lot of cars to deliver to various championships. It all started with the 2022 UAE Formula 4 Championship, and now you'll see these cars in Great Britain, in Spain, in Italy, in the ADAC Formula 4, which is the German championship, also in Brazil. And now also in the ACCR Formula 4. And by the way, just on this weekend, what is also now beginning is the brand new Women Championship, which is the F1 Academy, which has got, or it's let's say it is reaching internationally. It's a car with a carbon fiber monocoque and a fiberglass body. It's got a 1.4 litre Abarth engine, providing around 180 brake horsepower. The car only weighs 570 kilograms, so it is light, even despite the halo above the driver's head. which I believe is a steel frame, so unlike in Formula 1 where they use a titanium frame to make it lighter but also a little more expensive. And we're really only excited to see where this goes further from now on. So the more the cars we get, the more drivers we will see on the starting grid. We are going, of course, to the other venues that constitute the calendar of the 2023 ESET Cup. We were supposed to begin the season with the rest of the ESET Cup ensemble in, well, 3 weeks ago in Germany at Oschersleben, but unfortunately that could not happen, as Germany is actually not part of the zone in which this formula is listed, and in the end the debut had to be postponed in 2023, so this is the season opener. We're then going to Red Bull Ring, to Austria, to race on the 20th and 21st of May on the track that, just like Hungaroring, is also a host of a Formula 1 Grand Prix, so these drivers get to race at the very same tracks like the Formula 1, like their Formula 1 heroes and idols. After that, on the 9th and 11th, let's say 10th and 11th of June, we're going to be racing in Slovakia at the Slovakia Ring. Then in the beginning of August in the Czech Republic at Autodrom Most. And then we're going to stay in the Czech Republic for the beginning of September to contest the next round in Brno at the Masaryk circuit. And to keep the calendar on the previously planned 6 rounds, with the cancellation of the Oschersleben round, 1 more was actually added for the season finale, which is going to come in the beginning of October, and that is going to be a one specialty because there is a new track in Hungary. For a long time you may have thought that it's only Hungaroring, which of course it isn't in the first place. You've still got other tracks in Hungary. There was the there's the Pannonia Ring, there's also the Kakuch Ring and some other tracks, but there is a brand new track called Balaton Park, and that is going to be the host of the season finale in 2023. So a lot to be excited about. And really, what we're witnessing now is a pretty modest start with 6 cars on the grid. But make no mistake, this is only going to grow into something much, much bigger. And that's only good news for all of us, because we might be lacking Czech and Slovakian and Hungarian and other drivers on Formula 1 grids these days. But we've got so much talent among go-karting juniors, but it has always been pretty difficult for them to actually make all the necessary steps up through the ladder. And you hear it so often, you know, that there are talented drivers, they do get up through the ranks, but then maybe some other countries might simply be a better marketing platform for this and that sponsor, etc., etc. So it's only ever more difficult for these drivers to get through. Either way,